Hey, smart mouthy. Okay, so as you've just seen, we are talking about a musical instrument called castanets. So let me just tell you really quickly a brief history. I don't know the history of castanets. Of course, they originated in Spain, and it is used in flamenco dancing, which is Spanish dancing, or southern Spain, which is Andalusia area. And that was influenced with the Indian and Moroccan culture, and I believe that is a mashup of those cultures in a dance and music. It is heavily guitar-based music, but there's a lot of percussion, and castanets are in the percussion arena, and I knew that it never like settled in that I played percussion until maybe a year. And I didn't know that until like maybe a year or so ago. My husband started playing drums, and I was kind of helping him learn a little bit. He's never had any kind of professional music instruction, and I took a lot of music theory back in high school and have always done a lot of music theory in regard to dancing. And he was asking me questions about timing and tempo and the time signature and counting and where's the accent beat, and I just fell right into explaining this to him, and he was like, how do you know all this about the drums? And I was like, it was flamenco. Like, my instructors over the years of flamenco was actually teaching me percussion, and it kind of really just hit home when I was able to then articulate all of this information to my Paul. And anyway, so flamenco is rooted in guitar and percussion. They do use an instrument called the cajon, which I have one, maybe I'll show you. And that's kind of that rhythmic drum. But the dancer's really responsible for percussion. in many ways. Actually, the feet really play that percussive part of flamenco, and as well as the castanets. So that's what I know of how they are incorporated into flamenco dance. So let's get into the many types of castanets. So as a beginner, someone may purchase a cheaper pair of castanets that are usually of lower quality native plastic or resin. Some of them can be made with fiberglass. But the more expensive ones and professional quality are always made of wood. And so when I first started playing, I wasn't sure if I was gonna love it. And so I did buy a cheapy kind of plastic, I mean, I think this was like $30, and they look like this. They are always going to have a hollow part of the belly or the heart, and then the outside part, or it's called the lips. And there's always going to be two. This was also familiar with the Indian influence, or I guess that Indian influence where they would use sort of castanets, but they would have cymbals, which is still percussion, on their fingers, and it would be more a cymbal, it would be more metallic sounding. But these are I'm gonna play these for you, maybe. These sound really deep and more of a drum instead of the cymbal. These have been really, really worn. I'm noticing how frayed and almost broken that is. So you can see this is more just very plasticky. It still has a decent tone. The left hand is a male tone and the right hand is a female tone. And you can figure that out before you place them on your thumbs, which I'll show you how to do, because one of them has like a little marking cut right there and one doesn't. I hope you can see that marking cut. So the female goes on the right hand because the female's always right. And she has a higher tone. They would call it a P tone, P, and it would kind of hit a little brighter. And the male sounds like ta and a little bit lower. So these are the cheaper, I think they were, like I said, maybe $30. Then I went to Spain. I do have another pair I can't find, but they were kind of a mid quality anyway. But I went to Spain and I splurged. These were like maybe 180 euro. Anyway, I use a little pouch to kind of keep these in. These are gorgeous. These, I really, really splurged. Look at how beautiful. Still the same. Now I mark mine. That's just fingernail polish. I always mark mine because in a performance, when you are going from, song to, dance by dance by dance by dance, and the guitarist just stays on stage, he's just out there, and the dancers are kind of coming on and off stage, whether we are changing instruments or costumes. A lot of times we have several seconds just to throw something down, grab something. And so a lot of times these just get thrown down in a big pile with other dancers. And it always just was like, no, I really want to keep track of them. So I would always mark mine. And again, that's just some fingernail polish. Anyway, so the same type of belly and lips, and then the string. And then this is the male because it does not have a mark on that. And so this is the female. Look how beautiful. Again, let me see if I can put these on. So the slip knot goes towards the body, so you want to put that on first. And you kind of keep it up a little bit so that you can get your thumb down in there. So you want kind of the first to be across your cuticle area, and then this right past your knuckle, and then you it's a slip knot, so you pull that really tight because you want tension. And then you would do the same. So the slip knot goes towards your body, and you kind of wrap that other part right on your cuticle. It's pretty tight. It leaves marks, especially through a long performance. There is a traditional dance that these are used in called the sevillanas. And sevillanas is a fiesta dance. It's a party dance. It would be similar to what Americans would say is a line dance. Like if you go to a wedding and they start playing, I don't know, the Macarena, everyone in the audience gets up and does that line dance. The sevillanas is a party dance that in Spain and in other countries, of course, everyone knows. So at a wedding or a fiesta or a party, when somebody starts playing the sevillanas music, everyone jumps up and everyone usually participates. And again, I'm comparing it to a line dance. So here we are. So the male gets hit just with these two fingers, and it's a ta, and then she gets hit by each finger, and it's a or, and that's a P. So P ta, P ta, P ta, P ta, P ta. I hope you can hear the difference. It took a long time for me to be able to hear the difference between the female and the male tone, but that is what makes that combination of the tones. And I'm not a professional at this, but I can play a little bit for you that I'll try now.